This is the briefing from Transport Topics for October 31st. I'm Esmeralda Leon. Discover the full potential of your fleet with IQ Cruise. This isn't just cruise control, it's seamless integration, up to 9% fuel savings, and real-time insights, easy for drivers to adopt, proven to perform. Drive smarter, drive IQ Cruise. After 4 decades of providing software to the trucking industry, McLeod is now integrating artificial intelligence into its transportation management systems. TT Managing Editor Seth Clevenger sits down with McLeod Software CEO Tom McLeod to find out why the company is incorporating AI into trucking software and how will it work for carriers and brokers. Catch the latest Road Signs podcast at ttn.ws/episode 179. Now let's dive into the day's top stories. California is suing Ford truck manufacturers over what the state claims is the company's breach of the Clean Truck Partnership. In the complaint, the Office of State Attorney General Rob Bonta argued that Daimler Truck North America, International Motors, PACCAR, and Volvo Group North America are violating the terms of an enforceable contract signed in 2023 with the California Air Resources Board. Under the terms of that contract, the 4 manufacturers and the Truck and Engine Manufacturers Association agreed to comply with state-specific mandates for the sale of zero-emission vehicles in exchange for more time to come into compliance with other emissions limits the state had set. The OEMs in an August complaint argue they are no longer required to abide by the terms of the partnership after the state's authority to set its own emissions limits was stripped away by President Donald Trump in June. Donald Trump and Xi Jinping agreed to extend a tariff truce, roll back export controls, and reduce other trade barriers yesterday. The pair agreed China would pause sweeping controls on rare earth magnets in exchange for what Beijing said was a U.S. agreement to roll back an expansion of restrictions on Chinese companies. The U.S. will also have fentanyl-related tariffs on Chinese goods, while Beijing resumes purchases of soybeans and other American agricultural products. The U.S. is also extending a pause on some of its so-called reciprocal tariffs on China for an additional year, according to China's Commerce Ministry. Also, the countries agreed to suspend tit-for-tat shipping levies on vessels linked to the other for 1 year. Earnings season has picked up as companies detail how they are weathering the freight rate recession. On the carrier side, Old Dominion Freight Line saw net income and revenue decrease, but its revenue beat Wall Street expectations. Schneider's profit dropped as well, but its revenue grew about 10%. On the truck manufacturing side, International Motors posted an operating loss of $131.8 million in the third quarter, as truck sales plummeted 64%. But International's earnings included $149.3 million in expenses related to the termination of the ERH Class 8 Regional Haul electric truck. That's it for today. Remember, for all the latest trucking and transportation news, go to the experts at ttnews.com.
Spoken Layer.